every action that you take is a vote for the person that you want to become, and I love that. Hello everyone, welcome back and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Megan and I create videos all about mindset, personal development, and really just finally going after your dream life. So happy 2022. I'm so excited for the new year, and I thought a fun way to kick off the new year would be to kind of go over my favorite mindset tools, podcasts, creators, all of the people that inspire me most. Not only who they are or what they are, but kind of some takeaways that I had from the last year. So I'm not a huge podcast person, but there is one podcast that I listen to without fail every single week, and that is Shetty's podcast. And it is so good. I feel like it has something for absolutely everyone. He talks about everything from personal development to careers to relationships. I will link to one of my favorite episodes of his down below, but I would say that one of the biggest takeaways that I got in 2021 from that podcast was an episode that he did on relationships and just understanding and being okay with different people in your lives having a different purpose. I used to be somebody who kind of talked to everybody about everything. So, for example, when I was freelancing, I would sometimes get very frustrated when I was talking to my family about, different things that were happening with clients or frustrations or being unsure of what to do. And it wasn't really fair to feel frustrated with them because they have no concept of what it means to create a content calendar or really even what it entails to be in social media marketing. So shifting that and understanding that they are going to have a certain role and support, and that there are other people that I'm going to need to look at to support me in that way. And that's where things like the Freelance Friday Club comes in, and people who are in that same position as you. Same thing with your personal relationships. You have different people that you go to for different things, different topics, different expertise, and that's okay. You guys are probably going to be sick about hearing about this book, but Atomic Habits was by far the biggest game changer in my life in terms of the content that I took in and the impact that it had. It has a lot to do with this challenge that I put together. So if you're not familiar with Atomic Habits, it's basically the concept that little tiny daily habits have the impact of huge change in our life and huge improvements in our life. There were just some really simple concepts that I got from that book that really changed my life. Something as simple as, like, what would a fit person do if you're looking to improve your health? Each action that you do in the day, even just something as simple as that, like what would a fit person do? They would take the stairs. They would order a bottle of water at the movie theater. Like those different small decisions that add up to big life changes. Every action that you take is a vote for the person that you want to become. And I love that. And something that I noticed in 2021 was just how impactful those little things are in my confidence, how I show up in my relationships, how I show up for work. It also really illuminated this idea of compound interest. So just that our life is compound interest, and our fitness is the compound interest of how well we've been eating and how well we've been exercising. Our financial health is the compound interest of the decisions that we've made financially. And a lot of that has to do with delayed gratification, saving that money so you can buy the thing and do it in the right way and feel really good about it. Delayed gratification is also one of the fastest ways to confidence. I think when we have that self-control to do the right thing in the big picture, not just what feels good in that moment, you always feel that reward so much greater when you do put it off and you get to feel it in the right way. So in terms of tools, honestly, this is like the most simple, basic thing, but the most impactful tool when it comes to mindset is tracking my habits. And there's just nothing that gives me that kind of self-awareness the way that tracking my habits does. And so having the data of being able to track your habits and look and see how healthy you've been, how much sleep you've been getting, how much you have or have not been exercising, and all of those things that physically, chemically make a difference in your happiness, like your happy chemicals, and legitimately does change the way that you show up to your life. Being able to see that on paper and to be able to make those connections in a way that is not emotional. So when you're feeling the emotions, you have data to look back on instead of kind of just being stuck in this spiral. And as you guys know, I went through a lot emotionally this year, so it was nice to be able to lean back on those things and to have tangible things to do to start to shift that and to change. And that's where tapping comes comes into play. That's a huge one for like shifting your state. That's where getting ready comes into play. I've talked about this a lot. Getting ready, shifting state. Like, so what are those things for you, and start tracking them, or join the 90-day challenge and we'll do it together. The reason that I think that this is like an automatic shift into happiness is because confidence and happiness and fulfillment really comes from progress. Like, we always think that it comes from the end result, like getting to that goal, but when you start to keep commitments to yourself, again, it's like the fastest way to more confidence and just doing more. Like, you feel more inspired, you feel like you have more power, and that automatically leads to what else could I do? Lastly, I thought I would share the YouTube channel that I think had the most impact on me throughout 2021, and that was Michelle B. I really love her channel for not only like the mindset stuff and the productivity, but it's all very, very tangible things. It's all things that logically make sense of, if you make this improvement in your mindset or in your space or in your habits, you will get X result. And you guys know, like, I'm big into mindset and affirmations and all of those things, and I believe in that 100%, but I do find myself leaning towards things that are like, I want more of a formula for what makes logical sense for success. I don't know if that makes sense. So she has lots on like decluttering. She'll have different guides for like brain dumps and just getting everything out of your head, getting all of your to-dos out, and then what to do with them. So it's really, really actionable. Even if you chose literally one of her videos to watch and action like every single Sunday or even once a month, I think you would see like massive change if you actually do the thing. That's kind of my wrap up for the things that were most impactful for me for 2021. With that being said, I would love to hear what's impactful for you, especially when it comes to podcasts. That's something that I'd like to find more, that I enjoy listening to more regularly. I've started popping something on when I hop in the shower, and I think those are some really easy ways to make those improvements in your life. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye guys.